Hey guys, what's up? It's Tim Michael from TimMichaelArts.com, and I figured out I'd go ahead and test a rig to just see about how well it's going to work for drawing on my art desk. And my art desk is tilted, and so I got my web camera set up on a boom mic stand, and I figured I'd go ahead and give it a shot, give you a tour of some of the stuff that I'm going to be using, most likely for the comic coming up. I'll tell you more about the comic, not in this video, but later in the near future, and kind of share with you some of the stuff I'm going to be doing with this stuff. It's really late. To be honest, I should be packing right now. I should be cleaning up my studio before I leave. I want to make sure everything's nice and pristine before I leave, but let's go ahead and talk a little bit. In the past, I've been using this paper here. This is the Bristol Strathmore. It's a Series 200 paper, and it works really nice, but the truth is that when I do anything in here that I scan into the computer, it doesn't come out nearly as cleanly as I need it to. That could just be it could be operator error, but I've been testing out a bunch of inks and a bunch of different papers, and I decided that what I personally like the best is this stuff. And this is the Marker Pro Layout, and it's from Canson. It's only 70 grade, 18-pound paper, and nice thing is it comes in 50 sheets, and that's quite a bit of sheet. Now, the nice thing, yeah, the price is really good for all the sheets that you're getting, and then it also holds the ink really nice, not nearly as much bleed. So I'm really excited about doing this and sharing this with you. Now I'm going to be moving this camera around quite a bit, so as I'm moving it you might hear it thump around a lot because the microphone that I'm using is in the camera itself. So just to warn you. So let me go ahead and readjust this. What I'm actually going to do is get a little bit closer to the paper. So I'm just going to drop this boom down a little bit, kind of zoom into the paper, and get a little bit closer to what we're going to be drawing on. And also what I'm going to do, just for kicks, is kind of move it a bit to the side. And then, sorry, this is going to make a little bit of noise. There we go. So I want to be able to record what I'm doing here so that way you can see and my hand doesn't get on top of it. I'm really excited about this boom stand, though. I've built boom stands before and I hated them, and that's the reason why I haven't done anything on my art desk, because they're just so uncomfortable. But really, I can take this boom stand because it's just a boom mic. I mean, yeah, I don't know if you know what a boom mic stand is. A lot of guitarists use it, but it's just a stand that has another arm that goes off the side, and then usually you'd put a microphone on here. But instead, I would use my snowball on the end there, and then right here I have gaffered or taped to it my web camera right there, and then that would shine down on my art desk right there so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm kind of excited about this because the setup's really nice and it's not really in my way too bad. So actually it's not in my way at all. Anyway, what I want to do is I just want to do a quick sketch for you guys, and I'll upload this to YouTube right after this. I'm going to keep it raw, no editing or anything, just because of lack of time. But I want to go ahead and edit this up, and I want to actually ink it for y'all. Now, for the record, I don't know what I'm doing. I am learning how to ink, and I have a couple different things. I'm not going to be using these, but this is my old kit, and actually I've expanded on it. But this is all of my nibs and all of my different quills, and there's a couple that I really like in there. I'm not going to be using these tonight, but what I will be doing is I will be using one of my paint brushes, and I'll be painting. I'll be inking what I paint. I'll be inking it with paint. That is not an eraser. That's a thumb drive. Let's try that again. Let's see. I got my little cup, my little Office Depot cup here. And there's one of my erasers. Here we go. Okay. Alrighty. So I don't know what I'm sketching here. But I'm just going to try and come up with something really quick, just because I really should either go to bed or get back to work, because it's probably 3 o'clock in the morning right now. One thing that I really like about this setup is you can actually see my pre-sketch. I really hate it when I watch other YouTubers draw and I can't see their pre-sketch, because sometimes that's the most important part. You know, that's what helps me understand what I'm supposed to be doing to get what I need to figure out. So I'm really liking this setup because you guys can really see what I'm doing on my pre-sketch. And I am recording this in 720p, 720 high definition. So if you're not watching it in 720, make sure you switch over to that. On the bottom of the screen down here on this side, there should be a little gear that you can hit and then change the resolution, and that will definitely help you see this a little better. And like I said, I don't know what I'm doing yet with this style. I'm still learning it. I'm still developing it out. I've been hired on to do a comic, and I'll tell you guys more about that in another video, as I probably already said. I've done a couple takes of this video, so I don't know if I've told you in this video or if it was one of the ones that I'm throwing away. But I will tell you more about it in the future. I have gotten permission to start advertising that I'm going to be doing it, but to be honest, I want to make sure that I'm really pleased with our character lineup and that everything gets moving. So I'll probably tell you more about it when I get back from Mississippi. I leave from Mississippi on the 10th, which is in about 3-4 days, and I'll be gone for a week. I'm teaching a conference out there. I'm going to be drawing out there too. I'm actually going to put in some of my artwork in there. I'm going to be drawing some animals and stuff like that that go along with the lessons that I'll be teaching. So that's going to be kind of fun. Now, I would be drawing this a lot better, but to be honest, my screen that I'm recording on, I can actually watch it right over there. And because of that, I'm enjoying watching myself draw. So I apologize for my terrible drawing, because I'm enjoying watching myself. I'm so into myself. Anyway, thank you very much for your encouragement, everybody, and for all your support, and for all the new subscribers. There's a whole bunch of new people. We're getting new subscribers every day. Thank you very much. I hope that you enjoy the videos. I hope that if you subscribe to an old video, you might be liking the improvement that you're seeing in my artwork, maybe, or maybe you're liking, you know, some of the tutorials. And I want to make sure that I do more tutorials. It seems that people like those more. What I'm going to be doing is tutorial speed paints, most likely. So, and then I'll probably have the actual full advanced tutorial up on my website that you can get. So I just need to be able to put more time into it, and I don't have the time that I need to be able to do it. So that's my only issue. Okay, I'm roughly about done with this. Actually, I think I might kind of make him more of a villain, kind of like a low-key villain of sorts, maybe. There we go. Okay. And actually, his chest is way too out of proportion. I'd make his shoulders much bigger and his chest much bigger. Probably enhance all of that stuff. So let me see if I can scrape that out here really quick before I start inking this. I will do better videos, I promise. This is just that night when you decide to do something on a whim and you realize, oh, dude, I put myself in something big tonight, you know. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and start hardening up some of these lines now with my pencil. By the way, this pencil is incredible, and everyone should get one. They're not that expensive. You do have to go to an art store. You have to pick it up online. This is the Graph Gear 500, and as you can see, it is a 0.3 Pentel pencil. So the tip of this, I know it's a little blurry, the tip of this is just ridiculously thin. That is the needle that your doctor sticks in you when it's time to take your blood or whatever. I mean, it's that thin. And then if you want to see in comparison to a normal pencil, that is just so fine. And I love that because I am such a detail-oriented artist, and I like to be able to have that absolute ability to really go in with really fine detail. Now the other thing is I'm not wearing my glasses right now, which would probably really help, but I'm just making excuses for terrible artwork. I mean, it's not that bad. Okay, I know, I hear you guys over there. Oh, come on, Tim. Okay, that's fine. It's not bad. It could be better. Come on, you've seen my work. You know I can do a little better than this. There we go. And I got a couple brushes coming in the mail, hopefully the day before I leave. And I'm going to be really glad to get those in. They're travel brushes, and I'll show you one of my travel brushes here in a second as soon as I finalize what I want to do with this character. Let me see if I can kind of drop the opacity on some of this stuff. There we go. That way I can kind of reconstruct it a little bit and get a little bit more what I was really wanting. I've been learning a lot recently about human anatomy and how much I really don't know. And that's been a fun experience, learning new ways of drawing the human body. And I mean, after, excuse me, it's late. After watching guys like, you know, Jim Lee and Scott Williams and, you know, Humberto Ramos and just whoever I can find who are inkists or colorists or pencilists or whatever techniques that they use or whatever their passion is, I thrive on their work. I have my computer. It has over 200 different comics in it, comic pages that I can browse through and find techniques off of, and that arm is just way too small, so I'm not even going to bother really developing that arm out. I'm just going to kind of go like that, and we'll leave it like that. Yeah, I gotta stop looking at my screen. It's like I can't. Alright. I am drawing while looking. Okay, there's a humongous delay. Never mind. I'm trying to kind of watch my screen and draw what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's not working for me. Okay. Just due to lack of time, I'm gonna go ahead and stop that there, and I'll go ahead and ink this up here and see if I can even get anything that I like out of this. I am not a good inkist. I can tell you that right up front. But I have a couple brushes that I got just the other day, and I love them. Where's my other baby? There it is. Okay. The brush that I'm going to be using to ink this up, I do have my quills, but I'm going to not use those tonight. I'm going to use this brush. This brush is the Escoda 4, and it's a really good brush, and it is comparable to the Series 7 Winsor & Newton. The thing about the Winsor & Newton is, for this brush, this size 4, you're paying about 40-50 bucks. This one I think I paid about 20. No, maybe even less, excuse me. I might have only paid about 15. But I have another brush here, also an Escoda, and it's a travel brush, and this is a size 6. So what you do is you pop it up like that, and you put it on the other side, and that is your size 6 Escoda. Really, really nice brush, and I'm going to baby this brush like crazy. I got 2 more like this coming in. I got a number 2 and a number 4 coming in. I find I work in very small detail, so this is perfect for me, and I really like this brush, but I want to be very careful with it, so it's nice that I can literally just put it away in here and protect it. The only thing I'm worried about is wearing out the metal, and then it won't, you know, hold that bar on there strongly. But other than that, that is a really cool brush. That's $24 off of the web. No, it's $24 from Sam Flax. I got this one from Sam Flax, and really good brush. So I'm looking forward to that. Inks. I've been using a lot of different inks. I've tried Higgins ink, which I spilled on myself all over the place today. I messed up a shirt and a pair of shorts. But I did find there is one kind of ink I do like, and this is the Speedball, the Super Pigment Acrylic. And acrylic does dry up really quick, and it also clogs your quills really, really bad. But to be honest, I still like it, even with the quills. I just have to clean my quills out a lot more often. but it does really good with the brushes. Now, like I said, I'm not very practiced at inking. I got a bunch of images on my wall that I do like, that I've inked, but I'm not very good at this. And actually, I just did another video a few minutes ago that I inked this. This is too bold for me, and this is a video that I tried to do, and I decided I wasn't going to use that video on YouTube. So I'm showing you this to say I'm hopefully going to do better than this. We'll see. Anyway, and no, you can't have that video. I threw it away. Sorry. It's deleted. It's gone. Don't look at me like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this opened up here. Do not spill this on yourself. I can guarantee you, no matter how many times you wash your clothes, it will never come out. That's a guarantee. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is get my number 4. And as you can see right now, the bristles are pretty spread apart. So hopefully by rubbing it on along the side here a little bit, it will get its form back and sharpen up real nice and pretty. That's looking pretty good. There's one stray strand there, but that's okay. We can live with that. Alright, like I said, not practiced at this, still learning how to do this, so no judging, and I will get better. That is my guarantee, because I'm learning how to do this for comics. So please excuse me, though, for whatever technique you're about to see. Or not see. Honestly, let me move over this way a little bit. That way you guys can see what I'm doing here, even though my hand might get in the way just a little bit. Hang on a second, might make some noise. There we go. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that there's enough of an angle where you guys can see and I can still focus on what I'm doing. Alright, here we go. And I love these brushes because, I mean, you can get such fine detail. And I've done a couple different art pieces with this brush, and I love it. I told myself that I wasn't going to get a brush because I don't trust myself with brushes. I take a lot of brushes with me to the theme park that I draw at, and by the time I'm done with them, I throw them in my bag. I don't really clean them out, and then they get damaged, and then I just go buy new ones. And I didn't want to buy a $100 Winsor Newton or however much that brush cost, because I honestly didn't trust myself to be able to take care of it. And I really do want to take care of these. I need to probably look up a video on how to keep brushes clean. I'm sure I just need to get that bar of soap that you clean your brushes on and stuff, and actually put the effort into cleaning them. But I'm a guy. I'm lazy. When I finish a project, I'm done, you know. So here, let me see if I can readjust my light a little bit. That way you guys can see a little better from the angle. There we go. Okay, this is going to be off. Obviously, this whole side of the face is going to be off. You're going to go, oh, that's not proportional. I know. Trust me, I know. I judge myself all the time when I'm on camera with you guys, but bear with me. I'm going to run with it as if it was proper. Sometimes you have to learn not to care. Especially when it comes to drawing caricatures. And like I said, my goal is not to make my lines as thick as I did in my last attempt. So far so good. And I'll learn all of this stuff in time. You guys know me, I pick something up and I'll figure it out. Now I am going to go ahead and lay in some heavier tones for where the light isn't. And this brush is excellent for thick and thins. I mean, seriously, if the Winsor & Newton was a better brush than this, I'm not sure how much better really is. Alright, this is definitely out of proportion, so I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm not gonna argue about it. I'm gonna push through it. I'm not gonna keep judging on myself. I'm very satisfied with this brush, so that's what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna learn how to use it, and I'm just gonna learn to be satisfied. Because for the price and how much I damage my brushes, it would probably be a good idea for me just to stick with this instead of paying $100 for a brush. I mean, I'm getting detail that I know that brush can do, and I'm doing it just as easily. My natural instinct is to make my lines really bold, because I like bold lines. I've always had bold lines, but that's not what this new comic style really is. I mean, as I've looked at other artists and loved their work, I look at their lines and they're almost invisible, and it's like, no, I'm not used to invisible lines. So I'm having to retrain myself. And I'm also trying to retrain myself to get away from the caricature, which is really hard to do because that's what I do for a living. But to really get this style to work the way you need it to do the comic style that Marvel and DC do, I mean, you really do have to think realistically, and that's not something I do. You basically draw realistic with an outline, and then you color it in with a select and gradient technique that you do in Photoshop, and that's how you get these dynamic and beautiful tones. You know, all this vibrancy in some of this work. And I'm learning about that too. What I've been doing is I've been taking a lot of these images, going and scanning them in, and then taking them into Photoshop, and you know, seeing about what I can do with it in Photoshop. And I also need to buy some Pro White. I haven't bought any Pro White ink yet, so that way I can do repairs. And I almost did the other day, but it's expensive. It's like $30 for a little bottle. And so I'm trying to save a bit of money because I had to also buy a new scanner because my scanner isn't quite the quality that I needed, and so I have this new scanner here now that is a little, it's not bigger, but it's more able to fit larger pieces of paper, just with how it's designed. And because of that, you know, I only paid $120 for it. But I mean, obviously I don't want to spend too much money on this even though I know it's going to be a big deal in the end. But I don't want to get a large format scanner and not be able to use it the way I want to. So for now I'm sticking with what I call the economy stuff, you know, sold to people who just want the simple stuff and don't want the advanced versions like us artists might want. So if you enjoy this video, pretty please hit the like button, and also hit the share button too, and put it on your Facebook. That way I can get more attention. I mean, seriously, I did a drawing for a lady, commissioned for a gal, and she put it up on her Facebook, and now I have 6 commissions within 3 days that I have to do, and sadly these people are going to have to wait until I get back from my trip. But But it's been really cool to see what really does happen when someone who has a lot of give in their industry puts something up on their website or on their Facebook or whatever. I mean, you instantly get attacked by all of their friends going, "We want one too," you know, because they're all trying to keep up with that person, or they just really like what you did. So that's what's really cool about, you know, social networking. And that's what I'd like you guys to help me out with, because I don't have the time to market all of my stuff. I wish I did. I wish I could hire someone to be a full-time marketer, you know, and I wish I could afford paying them and also afford having enough to be able to take care of myself. Do I? No. Will I? Probably not. But the idea is definitely there, and I would love to make that happen. And so what I need, though, is for you guys to do exactly what those social networks are built to do, and that's to take my work and share it. And if you share it, it gets out further. And once it gets out further, then you do exactly the same thing as that woman did when she put up her commission that I did for her. And that will flood the interwebs, and I'll get more attention, and I'll want to make more videos, and you know, everything pans out in the end because you guys have been such a great help to me. Alright, let's see what I do here now. Since this ear is up so high, I kind of want to hide it behind some hair. That way it actually looks like it's sitting a little bit lower. Because really this is supposed to be in alignment with the nose, and it's definitely not. And it's definitely not in alignment with the upper eyebrow. So, let me see if I can quickly do some black fills here to kind of put some depth to this, and then I'm going to call this quits. Because this is my third take, I think, and I either need to go to bed or I need to get back to packing and cleaning up my studio. I want to make sure I leave my studio nice and clean. That way when I get back I walk into a very nice start, a fresh start. Because I've taken a trip and then walked back into my studio as a complete mess, and I go, "Oh, seriously, Tim, what's wrong with you?" And so I want to go ahead and try and make up for that this time. Alright, getting close. Now I'm just going to go ahead and just apply some black fills here in just some basic areas, and then I'm going to call it quits. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed that. Sorry for all of my beating myself up. I'm just my first thought is I'm having fun, but my next thought is, oh my gosh, they must think I'm like so pitiful. No, I really do enjoy beating myself up. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. Here's the way that I think about it. I am willing to do anything to get a laugh out of the people around me. I find so much joy in making people laugh around me. That is every ounce of pleasure that I can pull out of that. And so my instinct is to do whatever I want, you know, to get that laugh, and sometimes that sounds kind of self-deprecating. Probably the wrong word for that, but probably very wrong word for that. But you know, beating myself up over whatever to get that laugh, probably not the best way to go. But still. I'm still learning about how to do the black fills and things like that, and where to place them, you know, and I want to put them everywhere, you know. I want to just do nothing but black fills everywhere, you know. But then I realized, no, that's only in certain lighting scenarios. That's only if our hero or villain is outside, and that's only if lighting is coming from a certain side, or, you know, there's so many dynamics that I mean, there's no easy formula. This is just true study, understanding individual muscle groups and how they're going to reflect, and and know how all of that's going to play in the end. Doing some dagger strokes here. Like I said, if I had my way, this whole thing would probably end up looking like a silhouette. That's just because of my lack of understanding of what it really takes to do a comic piece so far. I just want to do everything, you know, in deep tones, and I want to just... That's messed up, but that's okay. At this point, I'm just tossing stuff in there. I'm not even thinking about what I'm doing, which is not the wisest thing to do, but at the same time, you know. I kind of like the blonde look going on here, so I'm just going to put in some very basic lines just to give some individual hair details here, but I'm not going to fill it in. Alrighty guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure that you're subscribed to me here on YouTube if you're not. Definitely appreciate that you would. Going to be doing a lot more stuff hopefully now that I figured out that this seems to be a really nice setup. Hopefully the microphone isn't coughing too much, but the nice thing is I'm using the microphone that's built into the web camera right now, but on the end of this thing, like I was saying here, right, I can't really get up there, hang on, there you go, I can put my snowball microphone right here, and that works out really well because then I can get excellent audio. I love my snowball microphone, and it's very cheap too, so if you're looking for a really good blogger microphone or a really good music microphone for a really good price, check that out. It's like $50, $60, $70, and it's really worthwhile. But I can put that on the end there, and that's just going to help so much. I can do a lot of serious work with that microphone. But for now, hopefully this will work, and this would be nice for me because it wouldn't hurt. It's not hard for me to quickly make up one of these, you know, raw videos and just toss it up on YouTube for you guys, and I just talk my ear off and let you know what I'm up to and stuff like that. So I would love to do daily vlogs, but I would prefer to do them as drawings, you know, as I do my drawing. I'm gonna call this guy done. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, and I'll keep you guys updated on what I'm up to while I'm in Mississippi. Also make sure that you check out my blog, which is drawtoomuch.com, where I upload tons of pictures like this guy. And I'll probably scan this guy in later on in the next couple days before I leave and throw him up there too. If I don't, then that's my fault. But and then of course make sure to check out my forum, which is masterworks.com, masterworks.com. Been getting a couple new people in there, and everyone seems to be enjoying the conversation in there. So make sure you stop on by there, masterworks.com, register for a name. Make sure you check out the area that says how to register for a name. We've gotten a lot of spammers, and so there are some specific rules and specific guidelines to registering that you definitely want to read before you consider registering, okay? So make sure you go check all that stuff out, and also make sure if you haven't purchased a caricature from me yet, now would be a good time to do it. I'm already 3 weeks backed up, and I know I'm going to have a couple more commissions coming in after even these. So the sooner someone buys, the sooner I put them in my queue, the sooner they're going to get drawn. So if you've been looking at this and going, wow, his prices are looking a lot better now since he literally dropped them by 30 bucks, then I would suggest go purchase now. That way I can get you in my queue. That way you're not going to be waiting a month, 2 months, 3 months For right now, I can have all my pieces done within 3 weeks, including 1 or 2 extra. But if I get too many more than 1 or 2 extra, then you're going to be looking at a month or longer for production time. So just to keep that in mind, and you can just go to my website, timmichaelarts.com, and you can either scroll down the page and you'll find Buy a Caricature, or you can go to the top of the page, click on the link on the top of the page that says Caricatures and Illustrations. That'll take you to another page, and then just click Buy a Caricature on that page. Okay? Alright, God bless y'all, I love you, and I will keep you all up to date on my trip in Mississippi, and hope that you enjoyed this drawing. Alright, peace out, I'll see you later.